Talking about the devil. Stay away from
Talking
me,
about-
devil.
Devil.
Devil, get.
You devil, you get.
Devil.
Devil, you get.
Devil, not around here.
Devil, I said it before. I'll say it again. You get.
There's no place for you around here.
You get.
There ain't no place for you around here, devil.
You get, devil. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Docu-Commentary. This show is where we record a commentary track to a popular documentary. I happen to be one of your hosts. My name is Travis Nelson. And I guess we have a second host. Who are you?
Man, I didn't appreciate that at all.
Yeah.
I'm Chase Myers. I've been here for every goddamn one of these. I'm
Have
not
you?
sure-
That's creepy, man. I didn't
not
realize you
sure
were here too.
I'm not sure why. Suddenly it's weird you have a co-host on this.
Check out Chase's separate podcast, Buckets of Ducats, with
Yeah,
Josh
give it a look.
Watts.
I have two co-hosts that are just going off the rails lately. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah, we're wild.
That one's pissing in cups. You just being all disrespectful seconds into it.
Yeah.
Just,
I like to be disrespectful right off the top
yeah, man.
and just kind of smooth it out as we go.
Take a shot. We're a team. We're supposed to be a team.
I like to catch you off your guard, though. I take a shot early, just kind of get you thinking,
Get
get
me
your
all
brain
fired
going.
up.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta coach me. You gotta yell at me. All right?
Yeah.
I don't get the coddling thing. You gotta be mean.
Of course not.
Get me all mad at you.
What's happened since the last one? Let's see. Everyone's reinstating COVID restrictions and all that.
Yeah.
It's a huge bummer.
I'm gonna live in this room forever.
I mean, it's important for us to stop, but like, oh God, I hope we get a hold of it at some point. I just canceled
Man,
my
wouldn't that be
Thanksgiving
nice?
plans. Yeah. Whew. Well, that was a downer. Thought I'd have something to riff on there, but it just made me sad, Chase.
Yeah, just hope. That's what I got. Just hope it stops.
Yep. Oh
So-
boy, do I hope
please
things
stop
get better.
COVID, please.
But it won't. But what you can do as you're isolating at home by yourself is you can watch documentaries where with me and Chase commenting on it. It'll be like we're there, rubbing your shoulders, giving you little pep talks, telling you can conquer the world.
And you can.
You're the greatest.
You totally can.
You're the greatest there's ever been.
One of the best ever.
I don't know you. Doesn't matter. All right.
What's the word, baby bird?
Thank you for asking me that. The word today is hostage to the devil.
Ooh,
The devil, Chase. It's going to be all about
I
the
hate
devil.
the devil.
Well, he's a friend of mine. So the little blurb, we're watching this on Netflix, the little blurb says, follow the eerie story of Father Malachi Martin, a disenchanted priest whose belief in demonic possession would lead him to conduct several exorcisms, which, to me, sounds incredible. I'm sure this will wind up being really sad and depressing in a way I'm not foreseeing. But right now, I'm really just looking forward to seeing, like, an angry, drunken priest, like, screaming, "Get out, devil," in people's faces while they cry.
That's what I'm here for.
I think that's going to be very entertaining. All right.
The quicker they can get to that, the better.
Yep. I want it to start that way.
It just starts. Get, devil!
You get,
Go
devil,
get.
you get. You get con, devil.
Not here, devil.
No fiddle contest here.
Let go of him, devil.
The way this works is I will count down and let you know when I hit play, and that way you can sync this up. So we are watching this documentary synchronized. Synchronicity. You got a word like that, Chase? You want to throw in there?
That's what it's all about. Oh, no. I mean, I can't play on the synchronized level.
Synchronize ain't. All right. Together.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to bring it down. We're going to watch this together, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. And we are playing.
All right, Irish.
Yeah, it's going to be Irish.
What type of film you got?
Who cares?
No one.
Oh, Chase, I'm so excited.
Well, we have to go through another collaboration of companies that made this goddamn
That's okay.
documentary.
Good for them. I mean, they put this together for us. We
Get
can
some more logos. One more company. Come on.
watch the little thing. No, here it is. You get out, devil.
Western Ireland.
Devil get.
Oh, I hear some screaming.
Oh, this is scary.
He was just the most fascinating person I'd ever met in my life.
Tell me about him.
He told me to spit the devil into his butthole.
He squeezed his cheeks together.
Suck the devil in.
Sucked the devil right in.
Farted it right out a window.
He's a warrior. He was a warrior for God, and he still is a warrior for God.
It'll never not be.
The whole God warrior thing is always really funny to me. I mean, I guess it's not funny.
Oh, I like that side.
Liar and a scoundrel and a
And
cheat.
Cheat.
I have a very special
They love the Lord.
honor and pleasure to have made his acquaintance. He's considered to be one of the most knowledgeable experts on the Vatican in the world. He is, first of all, a very eminent theologian, expert on the Catholic Church, former Jesuit and professor at the Vatican's Pontifical Biblical Institute. He's the author
Man, it's got to suck answering all the questions for the Catholic Church.
Yeah, man.
to the Devil and
There's only so many questions before you get the question.
Yeah, there's a big question in there.
Exorcism then is a healing, and it's a very
Is that our guy?
healing, but it does heal.
Yeah, most of my healing is horrid. That's how I would. Ow, I say. Yes, my body heals itself.
The truth is, whether we like it or not,
I don't.
the devil does exist.
Mm-mm.
Does he?
He is out there. He is our enemy.
Where'd he come from?
His aim is to destroy us.
Based on what exactly?
Look, I'm on this guy's side, all right?
Yeah, you with
Devil-
him? I'm against him.
It's not
Devil, old bitch-made dude, bruh. I hate the devil.
why a rite of exorcism exists. If the church didn't believe it, it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't even worry about it.
I don't believe that words teach. Words don't teach. Experience teaches. And I think people have to have their own experiences. And I also know that once someone encounters,
Well, I can trust you because of your far distant stare.
Yeah, you look like you haven't been terrified your whole life.
there's a lot of scurrilous information out there on the internet.
He's not a friend of Jesus Christ.
Who is this guy? What's up, Nick?
Protect the Pope.
Character as well as himself as a person. And this is,
What were you into, man?
It's,
in addition to being my friend, he was a good and holy man.
well,
And I just want to set the record straight on that.
Oh, well, fucking, we can end the documentary right there. Fucking
We did
open and closed. Good guy.
his exorcism, except the last one. I kept asking him not to do it, and he kept saying,
well, you know, they keep dragging me back.
insistence.
I try to get away, but
No, it's just.
Keeps pulling me back.
I can't quit these exorcisms. I just hate the devil so much.
I just been chasing the devil from city to city for my whole life.
This is at the church. And I think, again, in that last exorcism that he was involved with, I still believe that Malachi was the target. And not that little girl. She was the bait.
Sounds like the devil. I wonder what tone this documentary is going to take.
Pretty serious so far.
Do you think they expect us to, like, really buy into exorcisms, or do you think it's going to be more skeptical?
They're selling them so far, I feel.
Yeah, so far I feel like I chose the wrong thing.
Oh, I knew from the beginning they weren't going to be making fun of it. They were going to be...
I've never seen the head turn back 180 degrees.
Yeah, that would kill a person. It's not real.
Perhaps we could begin by your telling us a bit about yourself,
Well, I hate the devil
the activities that
and devil-related things.
Well, Brennan, I think I'm going to bore you, but perhaps somebody listening.
I do like rock and roll. That may sound contradictory, but I just think it's cool.
In Ireland in Kerry 70 years ago, and 70 years ago, don't forget the 70. And then I was educated.
I got you, man.
Just before the war.
Respect for those 70 years.
And after the war, having done my philosophy, they sent me to Belgium for my studies. And when I was finished in Louvain, they posted me to Rome to the Pontifical Biblical Institute. That's an institute in the Vatican which trains professors of Scripture. It's fallen on evil days as regards doctrine.
Evil
I bet
days.
it's all fake. I bet he's not even a real priest. That's why he's a dirty liar.
huge numbers of converts were flowing into the church. Churches were being built at a huge rate. Then the Vatican Council took place, which was to renew and reinvigorate the church, which was already growing hugely. And back, within a couple of years, it all goes terribly wrong.
What'd he do?
Being closed, nuns and priests are flocking out of the church.
Run!
Always unwinding down. Every single problem
Leave the church, go!
already solved came back to bite it.
The council was not a Boy Scout jamboree.
Well, that's what I would hope to hear about a Roman Catholic council. It was not a Boy Scout jamboree. Okay, well, that sounds positive.
They were talking about
'Cause sometimes they are. So,
more up to date, more modern, more with it
more modern church.
of the world instead of to dominate.
Yeah.
So that was a very exciting time in the history of the church, and Malachi Martin was of immense help in helping me discover some of those people who helped making it happen, making the revolution happen.
Oh man, what are you talking about?
There's a revolution, Chase. It's a Catholic thing.
Vatican II?
By the popes in question and by the cardinals, the spirit amongst them was, at all costs, at all means, let's get with the world. We've been isolated.
Oh, JFK.
Let's modernize everything.
This is what got him shot.
And in order to do that,
The devil.
sacred traditions that had always been traditions in the Catholic Church back to the time of the first popes in the first century.
He was from Ireland. He was came from quite a large brood of children.
Brood.
As far as I know, he only had one sister. I may be wrong, but he had a number of brothers, all of whom became rather well-renowned Catholic religious in their own right.
Oh, they all became Catholic?
Brothers. And Malachi was no slouch either. So he was
Malachi.
It's weird from people from the same family to have the same religion.
Yeah.
He was like a young clerical Indian.
Shut your
Oh,
mouth.
come, please, please, please.
He was one of the original people to help decipher the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Was he, though?
He spoke multiple languages.
It's all gotta be bullshit, right? That's why some people hated him.
Catholic, loyal to the papacy, loyal to Our Lady in Christ. That formed his belief system down to his core.
Definitely cut a very sexy figure.
Yeah,
What's
okay.
happening now?
Parties. He would be the life of the party,
Kid is
telling his dirty jokes.
filthy, dirty
Ooh.
jokes.
What's a priest dirty joke like?
I became a good detective, as I was in fact a good correspondent for Time magazine, and I got to the bottom of everything. He had all these stories, some of which even turned out to be true.
Yeah. So he is a liar.
Kaiser was a stringer for Time magazine during Vatican Council II. Kaiser was very deeply involved with the Jesuits, and the Jesuits had always been afraid that when Malachi left, he would just spill the beans about everybody, because he knew about everybody in Rome. So I think that
What
They'd
did
heard
he-
his dirty jokes.
What did he know?
and all of that came together to fuel Kaiser's means by which he was able to express the hatred and do as much damage as he felt he could do to Malachi.
What?
Sorry that happened to you, Malachi.
We're into the character.
Also, I've never heard that name pronounced Malachi. Only
Yeah.
Malachi.
It's called clerical error. And the error was not only his error, but mine in not being alive enough to the reality. I decided this was too good a story to pass up, and that only I could tell it, because only I had had the whole story in hand. Only I had willingness.
I have faith in you as a narrator.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm sorry.
And so
I wish I could.
I thought it might even make a good movie.
It wouldn't.
It would probably make a good documentary, because
Well, do I have a surprise for you, sir?
Jury's still out, buddy.
Behind door number 1, what do we have? The documentary we're filming you for.
He made it clear that the reason why he left the Jesuit order in particular was because in the 1960s, the Jesuits, as well as a lot of other organizations back then, took a very hard left turn. And I asked him, I said, so you could say that after Vatican II,
They got down with the hippies.
in left field? And he kind of smiled.
This guy looks like the devil.
They were
He looks like a demon. Look at his skin.
Pope John said he thought Malachi should leave Rome, not the priesthood, but leave Rome, because he said,
There's no place for you in Rome.
I'm saying this on camera, but anyway, if
We
you
know.
stay, you will become another fat cardinal with another mistress living outside of Rome.
Hilarious.
Shame.
Was that one of his dirty jokes?
Was to get a document from Pope Paul VI.
Classic Pope or whoever.
Have some respect for that Pope, Chase.
Well, I don't remember if it was him that was making the joke. It was just funny to me for Pope to be doing dirty jokes.
He's gonna have a mistress outside of Rome.
Yeah.
And it released him from the vow of poverty, because he would then be able to make his way pursuing a secular lifestyle as an author in the West. And the only one of his vows that he kept to, and he maintained till he died, was his vow of chastity. And he maintained that until his death.
Why?
Yeah, what a shitty one to keep.
All right. I'm not doing any of the rest of it, but I ain't getting near that puss.
I'm not fucking either. All right.
Throughout their lives, privacy and the respecting of someone's privacy is absolutely paramount. Because I know that the relationship...
Dude, that's so crazy. If I was a priest who left priesthood, I would use that as the opening line, speaking to every person I tried to sleep with.
What'd you do? I left the priesthood yesterday. Does that do anything for you? Are you intrigued?
Any interest in having your genitals anointed? Just giving exorcisms to people on the street.
And in 1964, I came over to America, became an American citizen, and settled down in New York, and I write books here. I do TV and radio.
Now, you have written a lot of books, and particularly the books concerning Roman Catholicism.
Yeah, I kind of only talk about Catholicism all the time, really.
A big subject.
When he first came, of course, he had no money. He had nothing.
I'm going to start telling people about the Catholic Church.
Money the way he could. He washed dishes and drove a cab and did what he could to make a living.
Taxi priest. Thursdays on TBS.
He wanted to be a Britannica, but he did not like that because he said it was just taking somebody else's knowledge and stuffing it in a book, and he didn't want to do that.
What is the Bible to you?
That didn't work out for him.
What?
When I met him, it wasn't his plan to be a writer, and I began to talk to him about a writing career, and I said that
Get that man a typewriter.
a certain amount of time I would make him a successful writer, but it takes
And not a fat cardinal.
Not banging bitches outside of Rome. Just another slutty cardinal.
First, I was his editor and publisher, and when I left the publishing side of publishing to become an agent, he became my client.
I say Mass every morning, I praise and say my breviary and the usual things.
But I never fuck.
That's about
Ever.
I published 15 books, and preparing the 16th. That's about my life story. It's very uneventful, but it's my life.
This is a man with a very, very clear analysis.
You should check out my new book, What I Imagine a Blowjob Would Feel Like.
Is that the apparent implosion of this perfect, huge church, which, let's remember, until a few years previously, Catholicism was claiming that it would be the official religion of America. Here comes Malachi Martin with all his skills, analysis, intelligence, and eloquence, giving answers. And
Bro, I got skills like that.
he made such a huge impact, and that's why many people found that he was a natural leader for them.
Get to it.
Generation of people who don't know what they should believe.
Tell me.
The Catholic Church's only strength was unity. Unity. It's God.
First off, people were killed to be with Malachi Martin because he meant a lot to a lot of people. He brought the faith to
He don't mean shit to me.
First encounter with Father Martin
Nah.
was the result of a priest we both knew as St.
I would pretend to be possessed by a demon to have him exorcise me, though. Ah, boy, he's got me.
Oh, no.
Oh, the devil.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, the devil got me.
Oh, there went Satan.
Oh, it says you.
He was that kind of storyteller.
He was a very gentle, soft person. He had a charming Irish accent, which absolutely fascinated me. I never knew him like
Just his accent?
to me. He was a mentor, he was an advisor, he was a spiritual director, somebody I looked up to, but he wasn't a friend, a colleague, like on the same level.
A couple levels below.
He was a friend, and a very dear friend. The fact that he was there when my daughter
She was
died,
friends with him.
she was a newborn, she only lived 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Wow.
I wouldn't have been able to hold it together, I think, if Father Martin hadn't been there.
Good on you, Father Martin.
He didn't have to do
Yeah,
that.
that's
In the
cool.
middle of the night, he jumped in a cab and came all the way down to
Taxi
to be
priest.
with us, and
It's someone call a cab.
my daughter's final moments here, and she went on.
Tonight, I want to kind of get off on a little bit different tangent, talk about your past experiences as an exorcist.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, I hate the devil.
It's always fascinating for a lot of people. We must tell them beforehand, Michael, that exorcism itself and possession is not a joy thing. It's not a happy thing.
Oh, no?
Possession is a dirty, insalubrious.
Insalubrious is a good word.
The situation where you come across it, but it's a necessary evil in the sense that we have to deal with it once we meet people who offer it.
Bro, just imagine
I met him one afternoon, and he had a
if I was on Jackass, that would be like my pitch. I'm like, I'm going to do meth and try to have this priest exercise me.
and a footstool came flying through the air and hit him in the head.
Cost me a lot. Cost me 2 broken legs.
2 broken legs.
Almost broken kneecaps, and it did endanger my life several times. And but I wasn't supposed to die. Not yet. And cost me a lot of hate. And a lot of my friends turned away. They walked away. They walked with me no more as they said in the hospital.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, man.
Some bit of you dies with every exorcist, and with everything she does. Some bit of her is consumed and goes away. I don't know where it goes. And God stores it up.
I don't believe in exorcisms, and if my friend started doing them, I would stop fucking with that friend. But if I believed in exorcisms and a friend of mine started doing it, I would move to a different country. If I'm like, oh, the devil's real, and also you.
Nah, man. If one of my best friends did exorcisms, I would just be taunting the devil all the time because I gotta get the devil out of me free card. I'd just be walking around talking shit to Satan all day.
You're that character in every exorcism movie where you're like, can't get me, devil, you a bitch. Devil is a bitch, devil is a bitch. And then you just...
Father Martin!
You
Call
just
him up.
immediately...
Do your thing, Malachi.
You just get possessed and just immediately jump off a building. Oh, no!
Man, don't you sip tea at me. I don't understand this whole thing of being sad after the exorcism.
What do you mean?
That's what he's saying. He keeps saying that it's not a happy thing, and when he gets done, he's part of him dies and shit, and part of the woman's body is gone now, or some shit he was saying.
It only makes it worse. Makes it worse. And it's a terrible plight.
I think he should have sex.
Yeah, you should probably do that, man.
Yeah, I think that's the hole that he's not filling.
Not coexist. I mean, you cannot worship both of them. You have
Well, I do.
What do you think about that? I'm a complicated man.
Yeah.
divide the world between
I love them both, and I want to see them fight.
to make it very clear who she is and what she stands for.
When the Church asks publicly and authoritatively in the name of Jesus Christ that a person or object be protected against the power of the evil one and withdrawn from his dominion, it is called exorcism.
Well, guess what? I don't respond to authority very well.
Of demons, or to
Gets me all upset.
from demonic possession through the spiritual authority with which Jesus entrusted his church.
Man, have I just been a demon this whole time?
You may have been, bro.
Sort of blessing. It is an exorcism, because there are two types of exorcism in the Catholic Church. The type that we perform at every baptism, and then the type we don't talk about very often.
Let's talk about it.
Children, that God existed, and the devil existed, and that God was more.
Paranormal investigator.
I know that.
We were also taught that America existed and Russia existed, and America was more powerful than Russia, but yeah. My point wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Classes with Ed and Lorraine Warren, and Lorraine said next week Malachi Martin's coming to speak with us. I had no idea who he was, and she said he was an exorcist, and I thought that's the coolest thing ever. I can't wait.
I'm gonna get a new pair of sweatpants.
Back in the room because I didn't want to hog the spotlight in the front, and he spoke for an hour and a half or so.
About how sad he was.
Two of us got in line to get our books autographed or say hi. He kept staring at me down the line, and I was like, oh boy. And
You got the devil in you, boy.
he finally got to me, he kept pointing at me, he goes, were you sitting in that back corner there? And I said, yes. And he goes, well, you were distracting me the whole time. I said, what? He said, you have a glow about you. He goes, you're throwing off lights like I've never seen before. He said, you're my favorite person in this room right now. He goes, it's an honor to meet you. An honor to meet me. He made me feel so.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
That's really weird.
I still remember what he said, and I think about it all the time.
You got a glow, man. You special.
I do that with all my coworkers.
To the various churches around
You're my favorite person in the room, man.
I seriously do that to them sometimes.
They got him book contracts to write these funny books.
Oh, his jokes.
Funny, they were just weird books that told these people what they wanted to hear. But he parlayed this into profit.
Oh, he made money on
I
it?
understand how book deals work.
My name is Ralph Sachi.
Every day I go to my job and I parlay it for profit, Chase.
Malachi Martin was my mentor when I first started out in work, what I call work. I'm a religious demonologist, meaning that I approach
Ooh, boy.
the field from a religious point of view.
What's up, Ralphie?
I've assisted at exorcisms.
She's just like an assistant.
Cases of demonic activity and demonic possession. Usually I'm the first guy that goes in there to see if it's actually...
I'm kind of a demon first responder,
and, you know, we set up
if you will.
I'm the guy that you really tricked.
for a lot of crazy things, but it wasn't what I experienced as a cop that led me into the field of demonology.
Yeah, man. What drew you there?
It was more of an interest that went a lot further than just
You blurring out the devil right now?
I got
Show him to me.
involved in it, and I was involved with all the right people.
Also, why is this lady's face covered? Come on.
Where I'm at.
That's where Satan's at.
Well, that's just Satan.
Yeah.
I try not to get emotionally involved with my cases, to make mistakes.
Man, what? They got devil in them.
I mean, you know, I get
Get emotional.
involved with people.
God damn it, Barbara, I love you. Even now, your eyes are beautiful.
Let go of beautiful Barb.
Between all of these people who've had genuine cases of possession
Genuinely.
or genuine cases of infestation in the homes, there's no common denominator between all these people except
Our house is infested with demons, Chase.
and it's the suffering that's difficult because
I like he's also pest control.
I get exhausted. Sometimes it takes me a few months to get there.
Few
Do
months.
you get paid for those few months, you asshole?
This is one of the cops at work arrested this guy, and the guy was threatening and all that. He found his towels fingers from his pocket.
Give me some coffee.
Yeah, you the coffee guy, bro.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Ralph.
God puts people in your path to teach you.
I like all these godly men. We're like, eat a fucking dick, Ralph. Oh, I
outta here,
love
Ralph.
Jesus ass looking face. Shut up.
Goddamn cop.
Oh, I just love Jesus. I hate you.
Give me some goddamn coffee, Ralph. Make yourself useful.
I had a perfectly good working Jeep, and that
Like, I hate this godly man. He's been bugging me the whole time.
talking, chatting, sharing either a burger or pizza, whatever. And I just made it known to him. I said, Mal, if you ever need to go anywhere,
Mao?
I'd like mine to be the first number you dial because I'm going to pick up and it's always going to be a yes.
Mal, can I be number one on your speed dial?
I'm always going to be there for you.
With Father Martin years prior about children.
Okay.
And things that he told me.
Yeah, he didn't want to have him with me. I don't know. Let's adopt a family, Mal.
Become possessed genuinely because of a chastisement towards the parents.
My parents are doing wrong.
And he said when you start to see that happening, that's when there's a turning point. So I've been watching, you know, and I have seen a rise in
Watching these kids that seem possessed.
basically within the last few years.
We also have the new phenomenon of the demonic possession.
I would love to follow that dude around for like 20 minutes and just see what he thinks possession is.
4, 5, 6. Good heavens. Very frightening. It's very frightening.
That would be frightening.
A phone call from Father Malachi. I actually thought he was calling to confirm our birthday lunch that was going to happen in
Oh, isn't that nice?
And instead he asked me
Turns out he forgot my birthday.
Kumaraswamy's in Connecticut. And I already knew.
Oh, up to Dr. Kumaraswamy's?
So I said,
Love Dr. Kumaraswamy.
and while we were on the way up there, I said, you know, what's the main reason for us coming up here today? And he said, well, you're going to drop me off because 2 hours after you drop me off, there's going to be a family arriving, and they have with their small daughter, and she's apparently...
What?
She's got spiders on her toes. What the fuck
Spiders
was that?
everywhere.
And I said, well, then it's a good
How'd you get that shot? Sit still, dear.
Did you put a spider on that baby? You monsters. Yep, another day of fighting a demon. Someone's got to do it. You know, clock in, clock out.
It's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't get it.
to bring a degree of calm to my soul, if anything else, because I didn't know what the subsequent events were going to be after we went up to Connecticut. He probably had a good idea, but he didn't tell me the whole length and breadth of it.
But you just ride or die. That's your dude.
Wherever you want to be. Father Martin, I'll be there.
There's very little truth known about the devil. We do know from the church and from scripture that Satan was one of the brightest and most intelligent of the archangels.
Hell yeah.
He did, though, rebel.
Hell yeah.
There was a great battle between the good angels, led by Michael the archangel, against Lucifer, the son of the dawn. So he was defeated and condemned to what we call hell.
Where did all this come from, by the way?
Yeah, who told you this?
Love purity. He does love compassion.
Does he?
Loves beauty. Look at the things he's created in nature. But God perfects.
Look at me.
He has one great preference: repentance. He loves to exercise mercy.
Was all that angel devil shit in the Bible at all?
Yeah, I've heard that.
He didn't want a perfect world. He wanted to have a world in which he could
But I guess I don't know the actual verses, but I have like heard that, like similar stuff like that spoken in the churches I went to as a kid.
Yeah, but
The Bible says so. Jesus even said so. Pope often refers to the devil as a real person. For all my love of Pope Francis, I do not. But I'm not prepared to say that he's wrong and I'm right.
bro, I am the devil. It's been me this whole time.
Very
I'm
real
very
person.
underwhelming.
Very soon, when I will be embarked on a new adventure, finding out the answers.
I got bugs in my sack lunch, but a punch through a Mack truck. I'm the devil.
That man's so excited to die. That was crazy.
Can't wait.
He was just smiling.
I'm almost there.
I get to find out all the answers that I've been wondering my whole life.
Finally, I get to give Jesus a big ol' hug.
Salvation. In fact, you can't deny the existence of Lucifer without being led inevitably to deny the divinity and the function of Christ as Savior. What's the purpose?
No, I'll never do that.
To make a nice land, to give us more happy lives on earth? No, he came to save us from sin. S-I-N.
Don't you spell it at me.
Jesus died for someone's sins, but not mine.
If those needs are not answered, people simply walk away and find the answers they're looking for. And I can imagine a situation in the atmosphere of the 1970s in New York where those needs were being expressed, people were being turned away by priests.
Bro,
told that
what did this dude do?
And yet the people hadn't moved on from that sense of the
Yeah, they're really trying to buffer what this is about to be.
One of them exorcised Malachi Martin, I've no doubt that he would respond pastorally as a priest.
Because y'all just keep being like, he's great.
What is the purpose of the possession of an individual? The destruction of that individual's soul to such a point that it must end up in hell.
I think everyone has their own personal beliefs about God and devil and spirituality, but in terms of trying to convince anyone, I don't think we'd ever be successful at convincing anyone because there's still no real hardcore evidence.
Oh, there's not?
You can't point to there's the devil right there.
But here I am, baby.
And I think people are going to be skeptical until they see that picture. And that's okay. Skepticism is a healthy thing. I would encourage that. Don't accept anything at face value.
Except the devil.
Is that porn for a sec?
Just a blink of a second. You see a little boob.
That's why I chose this documentary. I heard it'd be in there.
He'd be talkative, and by other turns he'd be introspective.
Oh, so he's a person?
Get kind of quiet.
What is your deal?
And as we got closer,
Just can't get a read on this guy.
between him and I, there was an unspoken tension. We could feel that we were approaching something.
What was that?
And
This is
he had
a demon inside a baby, bro.
full confession about half an hour before, so there was nothing weighing on my conscience. But still,
Oh, well, all your shit was weighing on him, bro. That's why. I don't know, dude. I just confessed every sin that I did this week to him, and
Seemed to rock his world.
yeah, he got real quiet.
Stop looking at me. I swear one time I heard him call me a chicken fucker. I think he did.
He's not supposed to say that, but I'm pretty sure.
Those syllables came out of that mouth.
I'm the author of The Rite, The Making of a Modern Exorcist. Rome is really
I'm gonna hate you.
exorcism in many ways. And
Is it in one way because it's the capital of Italy?
coming into the topic of exorcism before beginning the
You
book
wrote Argo, bruh?
about exorcism, and it was very surprising.
That's crazy.
In Italy, there's probably 20 people undergoing an exorcism in Rome right now.
Tell me about Argo.
Yeah, let's switch this documentary up.
Did you meet the CIA?
With a famous, at least in Italy, very famous exorcist called Father Gabriele Amorth,
Oh, everybody knows Father Gabriel.
who tried to give a general outlook of exorcism.
Ooh, new subscriber. Thank you, Blam Video.
And it's a liturgic part, but we also speak on the medical aspects to try to help the priest to understand the difference between schizophrenia and true possession.
Oh, yeah, and if you're listening to this, please subscribe to the
Person
channel.
that's under drugs or depression.
Makes me happy.
True possession.
Today, the hierarchy of the church, who some support this course and some don't, I think want a more cautious approach, and they want to embrace modern medicine and modern science.
Yeah, they
At
should.
the same time, not discount their own past and their own belief in the fact that exorcism
I just can't get over the two things that you wrote are about this and the CIA.
one of the top
Yeah, man, but the CIA thing was just to make him some money so we could write about this.
This is a true passion.
topic like the devil. There's many Catholic priests who don't believe in it.
And one time the CIA faked a movie.
They don't believe in the devil as a personified entity.
I think what this story is really about is the fact it's like the church is reckoning with
To laugh at that and say, well,
science and technology
they were trying to remind
and the fact that it
that
like
this is something the church believes in, and it goes back to the Bible.
makes it harder and harder for the church to be a thing.
See that Christ
And
was the first exorcist.
it's driving people crazy into
with
thinking that there's exorcisms.
possessed by the devil. We can read this in scripture. And he was able to cast out demons. Then he gave this power to his disciples. The disciples were also able to cast out.
I did not read this in the Bible. This might be some Paradise Lost shit, but
No one may lawfully exorcise the possessed without the special and express permission of the local ordinary.
Oh, is that what it is? He didn't get
Gotta get
consent
permission.
to do exorcisms.
The church
You gotta
has
get permission.
the power office of exorcising. The solemn exorcism, called a major exorcism, can be performed only by a priest and with the permission of the bishop. The priest must
Man, that's why he's
strictly
the bad boy priest.
by the church. Illness, especially
'Cause he's
psychological illness.
Exorcising demons without permission.
Treating this is the concern of medical science.
I was hoping he was like
Therefore,
committing wire fraud or something like that.
You thought he was a wire fraud guy?
Yeah, like stealing a bunch of money or something.
Annalisa Michel died of starvation at 23.
Whoa.
Who spoke in strange voices. Doctors said she had epilepsy, but she thought it was the devil.
Sounds like she had a healthy relationship with
Yeah,
her
it sounds
religion.
like devil to me.
Priests who recorded the voices. The priests who followed this 17th century ritual believed that it worked, that Annalisa was spiritually healed when she died.
You gotta double check to make sure the devil's not still in there.
The priests who performed
They're like, okay, we got it. She's dead.
Yeah, now he's pissed.
to get medical help for the starving woman.
You didn't get her a sandwich? Never crossed your mind?
With science, you start with an open tablet, an open slate, and everything is included, and you just go along.
Yeah, how do you just hang out with her while she starves to death?
Each one was very
That's crazy.
very specific and individualized. So I would try to rule out mental illness and just rule out different factors.
How do you rule out mental
functioning, any psychotropic medications, ill side effects that they may be experiencing, if at all.
I'm not afraid of the skeptics because I'm also a skeptic myself.
They all say that. Every one of these have said that.
Well, I'm pretty skeptical too. It's like, dude, no, that's not what that means.
We should be very, in the truth, it's very skeptical. To really
If they were skeptical, they wouldn't have become priests.
do that in my experience as an exorcist, more than 90% of the persons that arrive to me as an exorcist telling me that they have problems with the devil. They have no problems with the devil at all.
People say they're possessed all the time. It doesn't make it true.
Bunch of fakers, huh?
You have to rule it out.
Bunch of people pretending something that just isn't true.
Wild, huh?
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah, but like where a lot of that stuff came from is from like rewritings of the Bible in times where those were like different. God damn it. I just know too much about this shit.
Travis, it's real.
I am Satan.
Call you bub.
We now know that there are people who program children at the age of 2. Reinforced it at 7 and finally confirmed it at 14 and 21. Programmed to
What?
Lucifer.
We all know this.
Luciferians.
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 Chase, let's become Luciferians.
Luciferians. I have never heard that.
It's horrible. They have sex with people.
You start at 2, tell them again and say, hey, don't forget Lucifer. At 14, hey, don't forget devil. 21, hey, Satan. And then by 30, they believe it. What the fuck was that, dude? Father Martin, come on.
Yeah, man, like,
There's no gender, there's no intellectual, there's no economic, there's no
you don't think that maybe you might have some mental illness due to the fact that you, I don't know, never performed a very essential biological function of your body? Just maybe tied into your psychological state just to Orgasm inside another person. I'll stop.
Give it a shot, Father.
Well, if this pandemic goes on long enough, it's going to happen to me too.
Yeah, when you start exercising demons, they're like, damn, Travis just needs to get laid. What the fuck's going on?
That's my cry for help.
It's a very easy question to answer in one sense. That here's the test. There's blood tests. You know something, okay?
Okay.
Go to bed with her.
What do you know about that?
You know him socially, and you know it. You think until one day something happens, and
Boom, Satan.
you suddenly see a person you never knew. It's momentary.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've met a bunch of people in my life. I haven't experienced that, but
Yeah, what the hell? Maybe they're just being fake to you because they know you're a priest, and they let it slip every once in a while.
nah, man, they become Satan. You heard him.
You're right.
It's a
It's
direct
the
quote.
devil.
That's what he
You're
just
right.
said.
It's the devil.
The West and
I don't know why you're having such a problem with this, man.
I really am.
He fully expected that possibly during his lifetime, or after what he used to refer to as, after I'm playing a harp, that there was going to come some kind of event that would define the end of what he called the Catholic era as we know it.
Phew.
Because of that, he said various events would be happening, and possessions, things like possessions would naturally increase as well.
I'm sure you've all read that passage in the book of Deuteronomy.
Of course.
It says, look, this day there are two courses.
Two are open to you, and I'm telling you which one to follow. On the one hand, you can choose life and goodness. See, I know this.
Catch
On
up,
the other
man.
hand, you can choose death and evil. See? I know the
We
Bible.
all know this.
There's not subtitles I'm reading. I know the Bible.
Yeah, dude, you were doing it before him. We all heard.
I've read about. This is just the lull before the
Now, if I could just leave now, I gotta go get his laundry.
direction that Father Martin basically.
It's time for me to wash his feet.
I don't like it.
Shine his shoes.
Overall and everywhere. Throughout our community of nations today, roughly about 5 billion.
Man, we're gonna get a bunch of crazy people on this one.
It's gonna be all over the place, man.
We got wrestling fans on the last one. We're gonna get crazy religious fanatics on this one. My YouTube's gonna be a mess.
By the floods of refugees. Never before in the history of man has the lifeblood of so many been shed so violently, so mercilessly wasted. As in our day, we
That's not true.
the death of masses as a community of nations today.
I mean, kind of, but it's better than it's ever been.
Whether we like it or not. So anti-life, surely, that's us. We are anti-life. And bloodstained guilt,
What?
They're anti-life, dude.
Yeah.
that dark red
Whoa, dude, what are you talking about?
we do.
Yeah, I did zone out for half a second, and
Man, you
Peek
couldn't
back.
you couldn't have zoned out for that. That was important.
If you're not
no, whenever I came in, it was crazy. I didn't hear the start of it.
Yeah.
all the miracles,
There wasn't really a start to it though.
and you're gonna miss all the reverse miracles of the preternatural. And open your eyes.
Show me, bro.
God, and you'll see.
I want to see an exorcism so bad. How'd you make a documentary on this and only film one?
Working on good amazing PR, it doesn't exist. You know, the aim of all the spies during World War II, which we were fighting, was never to be known. He has made it so he doesn't exist.
What?
Bruh.
What? We
Y'all
were
are
fighting the
so
Germans.
confusing.
What?
Yeah, man. Lucifer was in World War II.
He just didn't
and
want you to know.
He doesn't need a PR firm.
This dude heard the Rolling Stones song "Sympathy for the Devil," and he just applied that to his truth.
About diabolical possession, The Exorcist.
There was a very funny picture called
Hilarious.
Yeah, very funny.
William Blatty, which is totally erroneous.
Completely wrong.
It's a phony exorcism because it makes out exorcism to be a sort of a combination of Frankenstein and Dracula. with-
Yeah, it's a movie.
And windows breaking, bodies flying. It's much more terrible.
Yeah, you let people starve to death.
Everything you see in The Exorcist can happen.
Oh yeah.
But it could happen in an exorcist over a lifetime. It will be almost unheard of that it would appear in a single individual in one single case.
What are you talking about?
So the movies tend
Yeah, what's going on, Newt Gingrich? Shut up.
a lot of them.
He does look like Newt Gingrich.
He has once only seen levitation in 20 years as an exorcist.
I only saw it once. It's not a normal thing.
He saw a child floating
Did he?
around the floor.
Prove it. Prove it.
When we were publishing Hostage to the Devil, there, because Tony Auersler was such a good friend of Peter Blatty, we had some difficulty there. They required Malachi to get a letter from the Pope saying that he was what he said he was, and exorcism and what he said.
Oh, what happened then?
And Malachi got a letter from Paul VI, and Peter Blatty, when he heard about this book, just hit the ceiling. He just exorcism was his, and not only did he not write a blurb for the book, he wrote a review of the book in the Los Angeles Times, the opening line of which was, "I hate this book."
When I wrote that book in 1975, I wrote it for one reason and one reason only about it. I wrote it because I found that my contemporaries in America and Canada and Australia and Ireland had forgotten what it was all about. They didn't know what exorcism was. So I decided, since I was in that field doing a lot of work, that I would get, with permission, the transcripts of 5 to 10 exorcisms and publish them as such with a preface.
Ah, dude.
I read Malachi Martin's book early on, and it did
I hate that book.
an impression on me. I mean, it's a very dramatic portrayal of exorcism. There's no doubt about it. I mean, here he was, a Catholic priest, writing about a topic that many people didn't know anything about. And
Oh, boy.
what do you want to say about Hostage to the Devil? It's
Oh, I want to say so much.
a gripping read, even today.
My name is John Zaffis.
Who? Is that possessed Cupid?
Demonologist. I have been involved with the field,
What are these fake jobs?
investigating a lot of different types of.
This is what happens when generational wealth is not handled correctly.
You know, years ago.
Demonologist. I mean, what is your day-to-day like?
And Hostage to the Devil was probably one of the very first books I was reading.
You just read that book every couple times a year.
Finally had the
Set it down. Ha.
when he was speaking at a.
Still believe.
You know, he would have this look. You notice with a lot of spiritual people. That
Yeah, we've seen it.
you have to remember when you get involved with this field, it's so important to be able to be guarded and careful with the people.
Skeptical.
you associate yourself with.
That's what I heard.
Because people will go after you in a heartbeat to
Tear you down. Make hurt your feelings. Say you're stupid.
Of more and more myths. Hostage to the Devil was an account of his efforts to cast the devil out of various people who had been possessed.
Yeah, we know.
And by all critical accounts,
Gorge was schlock.
his account didn't really stand up.
Doesn't know a demon from a troll on the ground? What?
You don't know no demons, Martin.
You couldn't tell a demon from the troll. What is a troll, bro? That's not real either.
It appealed to his romantic nature to have a romantic tale to tell.
He needed it.
And he did very well. He sold a few books, more than a few.
A few. He sold 17.
You could say he was always interested in the most sensational story that he could make up. On the other hand, there are those who think that he, Malachi Martin himself, was somewhat possessed by the devil.
Hilarious.
Oh, twist.
For him to cast himself in the role of someone who could cast devils out was a really neat trick.
That's stupid.
No, that's not. There are some of the critics who made you were when you wrote this book. Well, may the Lord cure me if I've been possessed. I doubt that you know.
You don't joke about that. You don't joke about that at all.
You know, there's one thing that people have to understand. He broke ground.
Oh God, I hope I'm not possessed. That's what my whole life has been about.
Radio shows things exist.
Do they? Do they?
Basically, behind the scenes, you know,
Nah, to his face too.
people ridiculing them.
I would.
What's up, Gumble?
Full of shit.
What Ben Jonson said when somebody wrote similar words or said similar words about work of his, he said, when a gentleman throws mud at me, I know he has only got mud to throw.
You know, I don't respond to critics. I don't really care what critics have to say.
I don't think you have critics, bro.
I think you do respond, actually. I think it drives you crazy. You don't seem like somebody would let it go.
They want to take it out of the
Boo.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Boo.
The Ten Commandments.
Boo.
Yeah, I want to take God out of the Ten Commandments.
Boo.
On our money. I don't see anybody throwing that away. So you know what? If you don't believe in God and you want to remove all of it, then take every penny you have and give it away.
What?
Right now.
Why?
Wait. Give it away because God's name is on the You're a hypocrite at that time. You know, walk the walk.
What?
Yep. Full proof point.
Totally makes sense.
I can't poke any holes in that argument.
Nope. Because the money has God's name on it, Chase.
Also, money is our God. That's what it is.
I've received a lot of, but not a lot, a few angry, very angry faxes.
Very. These faxes had attitude.
They're furious.
A sassy fax.
About the fear of God in them, hell and fire and brimstone. You know, people very angry. Oh, they are.
Very angry people are.
As I say, my reading of the really angry ones is that this disturbs the way of life. This manifests.
No, it's just, dog, it's bullshit. That's what upsets people. No, people don't like bullshit, dude.
Nah, man. Showing a mirror to society.
Writing these books and making many appearances on.
Saying Travis Nelson is the devil.
However,
This old man, he's in a good mood. Like, he's all smiley, but I don't need him.
You don't like this guy?
I just, he hasn't said, I feel like he's just repeated what we've, like, I think they thought he was going to be more helpful than he's been. But
Yeah,
they
so
didn't
did
want to
I.
cut him out. Because he kind of just repeats what we just heard.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to help people. Do I think it was a good idea? No. And I warned him very carefully that this might not be.
What kind of setup you got there? You're a podcaster?
Of thousands of emails that I received daily, so I knew what he was in for.
The phone was ringing off the hook, and I looked at the answering machine, wondering why it wasn't.
Ringing off the hook.
And it said 99.
Literally.
I had to listen to messages, and of course it was.
It said, get a new phone.
Thought that they were possessed and wanted to talk to him. And I called Malachi and asked what had gone on, and he apologized, and he said, I didn't want to give my number, so I gave yours. I promise I'll never do it again.
What an asshole.
Oh, Malachi.
I don't think I've ever met a person with such strong charisma. He drew you in. Very, very charming.
Made you feel better when you're really...
Well versed on so many topics in the worldly sphere.
Sounds like he just knew a lot about Catholicism. That's all I've heard him talk about.
The other side, because I heard from a couple of people who were absolutely devastated.
Yeah, religious people know. They love when there's someone who knows a lot about religion.
So,
even if they're full of shit.
I don't know how much it hurt the people when that happened. And then, of course, I dreaded that might happen to me. So, I don't know what else I can say, but it's true, yes. People obviously must have gotten to be too possessive. And I can see why. Because he was...
They were too possessive of him. He possessed them.
Guy who told very witty stories, some of them even fairly obscene. And because he was so unusual, most of us around our dinner tables would give him a pass. We would say, well, that's Malachi. He's just being Malachi.
He's telling that story about the time he saw a nipple.
Dirty Malachi.
Unfortunately,
Let's get to it.
Malachi Martin being a man, with my wife.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
They became unfair.
Oh my God.
Whoa, we finally got there.
That's why we're talking to this guy?
And that man's been smiley and giddy the whole time.
Ah, boy, I can't wait to get to the
That he was having an affair.
apex of this.
Therefore, for a good long time, I was in denial.
Whoa.
He was just a liar and a scoundrel and a cheat.
I can't believe we finally fucking got there.
Turns out he was fucking.
Hey man, when people tell you about themselves, listen. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
This man's on TV going, "I'm a horrible person."
I'm a nasty piggy.
Let me fuck your wife.
And I said, okay. That sounds like a pretty good idea.
If you're a wretched pig, then I'm finished.
You're the greatest man on earth.
There's no way.
Please fuck my wife.
I know this for a fact. But he's a warrior. He was a warrior for God, and he still is a warrior for God.
Yeah. Being a warrior and God seem to be the two things that guy's obsessed with.
And Happy Dude's wife.
Yeah.
Started out back in 1984 when I graduated from Catholic University with a degree in Soviet studies.
You graduated from Catholic University?
From there, I went to work for the
The Catholic
the
University?
Central Intelligence Agency, and I stayed there till '97.
Dude, what?
And a lot of the work was highly classified, so I'm not really at liberty to talk a whole lot about it.
This guy worked at the CIA? That's so fucking crazy. He's obviously a goddamn idiot.
It's very strange, but I haven't been up here in years.
Wow.
I'm feeling some of those feelings right now. So it's very, very mixed feelings. Feelings of fear.
Terrified.
Man, I don't know which way I want this documentary to go. I don't know if I want...
I don't know if it's even going to go in a way.
Like, what is he doing, by the way?
Was not something that
What's he nervous about?
a badge or a weapon was going to do anything against.
He's scared of demons, Chase.
Do all kinds of things. But for the things that are in the world we can't see, they don't trick you to that.
Yeah, because they're not real.
Well, I'm glad you were in the CIA.
You always refer to NYPD involvement in exorcism as being a very elite thing.
That's not that dude. It's a different dude.
We couldn't take the chance that someone with loose lips was going to run to the New York Daily News or the New York Post and make the claim that the New York City Police Department was helping to cast demons out. So his involvement
Yeah.
in the New York City Police Department would have been probably more along the lines of his interaction with people like Ralph Sarchi, but it was never an official policy.
Wait, what?
NYPD would ever call in an exorcist.
Ralph.
But you have done it.
Where's my coffee, Ralph?
You know, because of the way the person behaves, you know they're not mentally ill. There's something else. And
How do you know?
a good investigator,
You God, dude, you're so stupid.
it might take time, but it can be done.
Could take months to find out this person's not mentally ill. It's Satan.
That dude was a cop.
And he must have authority from the bishop. I know bishops who have gone to them and said, look, John so-and-so or Mary so-and-so down the street in your diocese, they need exorcism, Your Honor, Your Excellency. But a lot of it is left up to the exorcist, because at a certain moment I must turn around and say to you, the possessed person, who are you? An exorcist never answers the question of the possessed person. You keep at it and find their names. They all have a name. Ugly names. Sinister names. Satanic.
Why you need to know their name?
Once you do that, you have to name it. Because then they obey that name. They are constant that name. And then
Yeah, what is this system of demons have to obey you?
Well, if you find out their name.
I know,
If
but
you,
still.
If you call them by their name, then they have to... And you just keep guessing names. You just keep throwing names
Dan,
out there.
Steve,
until
Alan.
They're like, closer. All right, Alan, now last name. Starts with,
Strong men collapse with tears. It's just too much. So high.
Hey, man, strong men cry sometimes.
Their intelligence with
Not me. I'm too strong, but some guys do.
Malachi Martin had a very deep relationship with Dr. Kumar Swami on a personal,
Kumar Swami.
and he knew that Dr. Kumar Swami
He was sleeping with Dr. Kumar Swami.
didn't deceive him about anything. So when Rama Kumar Swami called him up and asked Malachi to come up and meet this young girl, Malachi didn't hesitate, especially since there was a child at stake here.
This poor child.
This child has spiders on their toes.
Call CPS.
With full consent of the will. You just can't do it. Picture a little kid like that. She can't make a choice like that. And
Do you want Satan out of you, baby?
the other reason why a child like that could never become perfectly possessed. Because in order to be perfectly possessed, as Malachi would have put it,
How does he know this?
you have to give your full consent.
Where is this coming from?
You have to give your full consent.
Dude, like...
So what does that mean? It means people that are possessed said, yes, Satan, you can take over my body.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, devil.
That's fine.
I agree.
Line and in the line of danger because there was a little girl and the family didn't have.
That is funny, though. Where did these rules come from?
Yeah, man, for real. Like, let's make them ups.
The first feeling I had was dread, and it was a building dread.
How am I going to get that demon's name?
Like I mentioned, I knew that, as the Catholic Church would put it,
This baby can barely talk.
I had nothing to really worry.
You know what's silly? I have this book right here, like literally within reaching distance, Chase.
About exorcisms?
Scientific perspectives on pseudoscience and the paranormal. And
And it just kept building.
if I open it, there's literally a chapter on exorcisms. This is Psychology 101.
It's always a slow process to which you consent.
You do consent.
If you open your heart to Satan, he will accept the invitation. And it's not a, he won't refuse.
He's not rude. They're going to allow him in. He's coming in.
Allow him in, he'll take it. He'll take the
I just can't take you serious, Newt.
They were not able. And he answered them, O faithless generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring him to you. And they brought the boy to him. And when the spirit saw him, he withered and convulsed the boy. And he fell on the ground and rolled about, foaming with the mouth.
That's...
Jesus asked his father, how long has he had this? And he said, your child.
I always had Satan since childhood.
Oh, whole time. Lost him for a couple of years. Boy, he came right back. Of course, I told him he could. That's how
I
it
did
works.
consent.
It's my bad.
17 years, and right now, at this moment, it feels like it fucking happened yesterday.
Whoa. Dropping F-bombs in the...
Here we are.
Alright, man. This is where that little girl got demons out of her, I'm guessing, to freak this cop out, or whatever he is.
Oddly enough, I've got a tightness in my chest as we approach the house.
Bro, chill out.
It's mixed with a lot of sadness. I mean, on a very real human level, we're talking about a man who, you know, for the many years I knew him, 11, 12, he was family to me. He was family. And now I'm approaching the point at which he came face to face with something that none of us have ever encountered, but ultimately was responsible for taking his life.
What? What happened?
Sadness, a mixture of apprehension.
That demon kill him?
And anger at what happened to him. It took my friend. It took my goddamn best friend away.
A demon? Is that what you're saying?
A demon did it.
Is that what he's saying?
I think so.
That can't fucking be what he's saying.
Man, this documentary is so crazy.
I hate you, Satan.
And it's weird because it's not in good faith at all. Like, this whole thing is just to mess with dummies. Dude, I don't think you were his best friend. I think he had lunch with you on your birthday.
My best friend. We had biscuits together.
My heart's racing like a goddamn drum.
Pum-pum-pum-pum, motherfucker.
We pulled in. Their van was right there. It actually was a Ford Explorer. And we drove up and I just said to Malachi,
What happened? Dude.
is that them? Because they were milling about. I said, they're not supposed to be here.
They're milling.
And he didn't say anything. And at that point, I just knew by the look on his face. That was them.
That was who? Dog, come on. Say it.
Scott, can you sit in that chair for a second?
It's them.
Focus.
I was with a group that investigated haunted houses. We kind of almost all had specialties.
Well, don't get his face.
Psychologist. I was more of a videographer, and I was
on with the camera.
take the pictures, take video.
No one asked me to.
Restrain.
Help restrain.
Came across our website, and we had a
That's to do with the glow.
possible possession case we're working on, and they asked if we were interested in doing a prime time special.
Does that mean money? It's got God's name on it. Yeah, let's do it.
This was about 20, 25 years ago, and there were no shows on TV. This was all before the paranormal investigators.
There were no shows on TV.
Blazers. But even in doing the investigations and the examinations and assessments of the people, I didn't have a role model for that. There was no textbook, that you can...
I had to create my own character.
I just kind of...
Like improv.
Along and through experience with the different cases, with the different families, and with the different people involved. And there were certain people in the group that felt all the cases that came to us were possessed. I personally...
Yeah, it's more fun that way. They're shooting a TV show. Every person who walks up and says they're possessed, they're possessed.
I ruled out a significant number of those cases. And if you're
Gotta be skeptical.
Hey, have you seen that exorcism show where 98% of the episodes they're not actually possessed?
No, actually.
Nobody floats.
You just need to get a therapist.
Because the girl didn't believe she was possessed, and we weren't sure either. She said, I'm probably not going to have any reaction.
Let's see it.
What did she just...
feeling in that room, just very cold. The temperature in the room dropped.
Dog, this is pseudoscience. Just as textbook.
Up and down.
God, this is so hard to watch.
And as soon as the priest started doing his litany of the saints, she started, moving around in her chair and screaming and breaking out of her restraints. And she just stood up like this and broke out of every restraint we had and went towards the priest.
She beat my ass.
Gouged her own eyes out. And during that point, I tried to restrain her hands from doing that, and she bit me.
The lady holding her actually seems to be doing pretty good. How did she... I would just let her go and see what she does. She's probably going to realize she's not actually possessed and just stop.
I kind of thought you guys were going to stop me. I thought that's why I was like 8 of you around me, but...
Let's do some introductions and then you can leave.
I'm not leaving you with that demon.
Oh, man.
We got out, we walked over to where they were. The introductions were made.
I said, hi, I was in the CIA.
This little child, she just walks up to Malachi right over here. She looks
Shot him right in the face.
up and says, "Your father Malachi,
Is that what happened?
you think you can help her?" And at that point, I just knew that I was up against something that nothing had ever trained me for.
A child.
And Malachi just kept on acting like she was a perfectly normal little girl. I knew something was off. Did I know she was possessed? No, but I knew something was off.
You kind of thought she was possessed.
You definitely did.
There was no reason why this kid should have been afflicted in this way. Malachi just gave me, he just kind of gave me the look. As in, this is my turf now, Bob. You don't need to be here.
Seems
away,
like he
Bob.
was really trying to get away from you a lot, Bob.
Yeah.
One realities or characteristic that you need to see if a person is possessed is one of the signs. You need 4 signs.
4.
Yeah, of course.
Count them.
Extraordinary strength,
1,
the knowledge of ancient languages,
2,
fear of sacred things,
3.
the knowledge of hidden or very far away things.
Okay, 4.
What's
All of
that
those.
last one?
Yeah,
First can be invented.
of course.
I can
That's what I was gonna say.
extraordinary force. I can talk to you in Latin or Greek.
Or just make up words.
From school. I can fake that I'm afraid of the crucifix.
Oh no.
I can fake it.
Gross.
What I cannot invent or cannot fake is to know things that really happen in your life that is just absolutely impossible for me to know.
Like what?
We always go to the common sense. Well, maybe she overheard us talking, or she heard a conversation that we had. Or
How did she know I had
mother knew something
queso
that
for lunch?
inadvertently, blurted out to her. Maybe she read something about us on the internet, on the website. You try to have those common sense approaches to things, but sometimes you just know there's no way they could have known that.
Sometimes it's just Satan.
Personal things about the family,
I need examples.
that have happened, like say that morning. There's no possible way. It's something I didn't even talk about with my.
You spilled jam on your shirt. Oh my god.
My God.
One of the things I think that convinced me that there's something to this, in very rare cases, there's something to this beyond simple superstition or the active imagination, was the fact that I was able to interview people who were not Catholic priests, who were skeptics, who were scientists, who themselves had these experiences, and they couldn't explain them, and they were matching up with what the exorcist said they were seeing themselves.
Oh man.
Horror, the real pain, well, what hurts in possession is the presence of the evil one. And when we start an exorcism, within the first 20 minutes we know whether it's genuine or not.
20 minutes.
It becomes evident, palpably evident. It's like an invisible animal clawing at you with the claws you can't escape. There are physical manifestations like changing temperature, the smells, odors, objects flying around.
Yeah, but can you prove any of this? Like, this all seems like it'd be easy to prove, and it seems pretty telling we don't have anything on tape. Except for that one lady.
Because a lot of people, the moment they enter their first exorcism, it scares them. It's the most unhealthy,
There's Insalubrious again.
mucky, dirty, human activity you could participate in. But we must, in order to save it. It's not the exorcist and his assistant and the possessed person. We're in the presence of something that hates us in a way that you've never felt hated before.
Buddy, you don't know me.
People hate me.
Yeah, man.
When you get beyond the sensational, like I did when I was watching these exorcisms,
I thought he was going to say writing Argo.
people are suffering, and you, as from a human level, you want to help them get better.
Please stop.
We're tested oftentimes, of course, and that morning was no different. That exorcism went on for a number of hours, I believe, but afterwards there was such a change in the room. It was absolutely beautiful.
Because that lady wasn't screaming anymore?
I cannot even describe the change.
It's so much more calm.
Wow. It's like there's not a lady freaking out in here right now.
I'm not restraining anyone right now.
TV, and after it came out, we saw the impact it had and how many people were in need around the country.
By we saw the impact it had, do you mean cut out the newspaper clipping?
We're talking about real people who are suffering, real people who want healing. Those people deserve things. Those people
Get out of my face, Newt.
that only the church can give when they are in these grave situations.
I came back for him 2 hours later.
He told me to leave again.
It was a beautiful summer day. I came down the driveway in my Jeep. I just remember there a Ford Explorer, it was a tan vehicle.
I remember it wasn't a Jeep. Specifically, I remember that.
And everyone was already out saying their goodbyes, or starting to say their goodbyes. I saw them proceeding out from the house in the back there. And I pulled up right over here. And I got out and I saw Malachi talking to the parents first. And then the parents were getting in the vehicle and they were helping the little child into the vehicle, into the back seat. And the mother had rolled the window down, and Malachi had walked, after he said goodbye to the parents, he had walked over to say goodbye to the child. And I remember when the window went down, just as he got there to the window, as the glass came down, I remember her face kind of framed in the window.
Bro, how did he die?
She blew him a kiss. It was
Disgusting.
Lascivious. It was like something was defiling innocence at that moment. The kind of the way you might imagine a whore blowing into
Whoa!
$100. That's what it was.
That's what that 3-year-old did?
What?
Yeah, because nobody else saw what you saw, you fucking lunatic. Cause
Dog, little kids can blow you a kiss. It's not a big deal.
Dude, it was like a fucking whore.
That dirty 3-year-old. Slutty. Jesus.
Behavior through sexual abuse. But again, at the age of 4, it is very rare for a child of that
To blow kisses?
to be explained by mental illness.
To blow kisses?
Substance abuse,
I threw my pen across the room.
Okay, calm down.
schizophrenia, things of that nature.
Yeah, I don't understand.
The people that I met that day, they seemed like in every way.
Dude, even after what you just described, they still seem that way. I don't see anything weird except for y'all.
Inside the house that convinced a senior exorcist of the Roman Catholic Church.
Is that who you think he is?
Dr. Ramakumaraswamy.
Huh.
Who is that?
An medical psychiatrist.
Come on.
That something was afflicting this girl that was not of this world and could not be explained by modern medical science.
She blew him a kiss.
Dude, his world is rocked, and it seems like such bullshit.
The driver, and I said, so is it authentic? Do you think it's an authentic case of possession now? And he said, I've got no doubt.
Definitely. Did you see her blow me that kiss? What a whore.
So I told him, my phrase for that was hammer and tongs. I said, you're talking hammer and tongs? He said, yeah. And then he just kind of nodded.
Hammer and tongs?
As we drove off.
What are you going to do to this little kid?
I don't know, but he said that this thing killed him. Whatever happened here. And so far, I'm not seeing it. I'm not understanding.
People would be inclined to think that the hostage is the person possessed. But actually, no, it's the priest.
Oh.
That's the exorcism.
Malachi had been the subject of several heart operations. He always tried to come across as very robust.
So what, he had a heart attack after that?
Yeah, I mean,
They have to take a toll on him.
this dude has had multiple heart attacks?
Once you realize that you're dealing with a reality here,
He was 70, remember?
there's a price to be paid.
7-0, don't forget. He made a big fucking deal about it earlier.
Health, that was never a concern to him. It was a paramount concern to the people around him.
Man.
Man.
To take it easier and to cut out a lot of what he was doing.
But that little girl.
Of the true priest needs to be another Christ. That's what he's called to be. To lay your life on the line.
The more he would help people, the more he would help
He had a burger for lunch,
personal lives.
and he laid his life on the line.
And it's a very isolated world.
Man, what?
Man, they touched on him having an affair for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The phone rang that morning, and it was
For a dude whose whole thing is not having sex, that seems like a pretty big deal.
weak voice.
Also, just how much at the beginning they were like, he's a bastard. He's like, you know, like they were making it sound like he had this hidden dark side, and they're not really showing this hidden dark side.
That is weird.
The stool knocked out from under me.
Bro, I hate you so much.
And he said, well, apparently Old Scratch wasn't terribly
Oh, Scratch.
Old Scratch.
We've been missing that name.
People said that he claimed that someone pushed him.
It was Old Scratch.
What's unclear about that, of course, is whether it was an evil spirit or a human.
Some said that he was pushed off the ladder
Did you push him? Because he fucked your wife?
and done in because he had this terrible history behind him. They wanted to shut him up.
I know it was horrific. He said he wanted me to know that he hadn't fallen. It wasn't a fall. This creature had
Just admit you're clumsy, man. It's
Yeah, you're an
alright.
old man. You fell down.
just above his ankle and caused him to fall.
And it broke his legs.
When he went to the hospital, he lapsed into a coma.
He does not look healthy.
They were restricting the access of people
Were they restricting the access of demons?
to Lennox Hill Hospital. And I'm not ashamed to say I was bawling like a little child.
Yeah, man, your friend was dying.
My best friend in a coma.
Man, who is this guy?
He wasn't hearing me with his
The CIA guy who just hangs out with exorcist old guy.
I had
What a weird odd couple.
that room that a struggle was continuing, even though he was comatose. The prayers that
Dude,
we made and we sent to protect him.
it's important we pray now because he's fighting demons.
About a day and a half later, I just got a call, I believe, from his agent, Lila, that Malachi had passed away.
He had an agent?
And I remember just hanging up the phone,
It's that damn kid.
going into my office at home, and just
So I murdered the kid.
immediately for the repose of his soul.
We have the intent to want to receive God. Doesn't hold any weight with Jesus.
Well, when I heard that he had passed on to his final reward, because that's what he got, you know, I was sad to see him go, and it scared me a little bit because I lost one of my mentors now. So it's like, uh-oh, you know, what do I do now if I come upon something that I don't know? But I miss him, and I would like to talk to him, but, you know, and I still do talk to him.
Hey, Father, I think he's got about 20 people that are going to be at your masses on Sunday.
I won't show up for 20 people.
He was doing, he knew the risks, and yet he went for it.
Yeah, he seems alright to me, man. I don't know.
For the adversary, I think that he was taken too soon and
I mean, he was an old man.
surely, and the adversary hit its mark.
There's just no other way to explain a man in his 70s dying after a fall.
Falling and breaking his legs. The devil got him.
The devil got him. He's never supposed to go out. Like, nah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Case, the girl was 4 years old at the time, and when she was 8, 4 years later, I assisted at her exorcism.
4 years of this little girl being... Jesus, you idiots.
Years and years of exorcism.
What?
No doubt about that. We weren't dealing with a demon. We were dealing with a devil here. He was very, very powerful.
God
Oh,
damn
there's
it.
levels to it.
No, this is definitely the devil. For sure the devil.
Bro, you ready to watch this girl? This girl's gonna punch him right in the face.
She spoke through in that exorcism. And now I could produce 8-year-old children that can speak fluent Latin.
Can you speak fluent Latin? Because no, you can't, you dumbass.
On how to speak Latin.
Oh, that's definitely Latin.
Have that background. She was known as Yordle, actually.
A demon.
I just make it up.
Speaking in a language language that is not known previously to that person is a surefire sign of demonic possession.
Why's it always got to be Latin? And some dude just break out in Spanish. Just a little French.
Because it's all bullshit, man.
Yeah, but why not make it more fun? You know?
Yeah, French would be fun. Ho, ho, ho. I am le devil.
Lucifer.
belongs to God.
I think you traumatized this little girl.
Yep.
As a fucking 3 and 4-year-old, and told her for 4 years that Satan lives inside you, baby.
Yeah, so now she's crazy. Oh, God. I can't wait for the documentary she makes. Wait, so that guy's just like exorcism cop?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If you call
after Taxi Priest on ABC every Thursday.
If they choose to give you any information at all, they'll tell you that priest. They tell you that he was in Rome between certain dates, but they're not certain of his role or the authority which he had. They will tell you that he did at a stage work on the Dead Sea Scrolls. According to the Jesuits, when Malachi Martin left Rome,
Oh, they'll tell me that?
he was no longer a priest.
Yeah, I knew it.
Because he was crazy?
lying about being a priest.
Right, legitimately to perform exorcisms.
Amazing.
Unless by express permission from the local bishop.
They did it anyway.
I'd rather ask forgiveness than...
If you know when to get off the stage, still leaving some questions in the mind of the audience, you've done pretty well.
Hilarious.
Man, he just can't stop smiling when he talks.
Okay, well, according to the Jesuits, that Father Martin was no longer a priest.
Yeah, whatever. I'm no longer a cop because I killed that guy.
Once you're a priest, you're always a priest.
That's the way I see it.
Father Martin never announced his vows. As a matter of fact, he probably strengthened them from the outside.
Probably. He's probably the greatest priest of all time.
And they don't like it. That's the truth.
They don't like that he loves God so much, you know?
Taxi priest.
Man, when people find out that the people they looked up to were liars, it's a very
fall
interesting
apart.
point. You get to see, like, who they are as a person. Like, they either go, oh, man, I was really fooled by that guy.
I mentioned this to
learned
you
to lie,
before.
whatever. Or they do what he does. He goes, nah, actually, he's the greatest of all time, and everybody else is trying to get him.
Man, I've told you like 7 teachers from my high school got in trouble for like trying to sleep with kids.
Yeah, crazy.
One of them was like the assistant football coach, and his was weird because he got in trouble like years after a bunch of other people got in trouble. So it was like he tried doing it like after the fact, and he actually tried to like sleep with some middle schoolers.
Oh, Jesus, bro.
Yeah. But what was crazy was when it all came out, a lot of
Yeah, tell me the crazy part.
I know, right? A lot of the kids he coached in football were like trying to stick up for him, be like, nah, he wouldn't do that. And like, it was all over Facebook, and just people were like in the comments like, hey man, I know you really cared about him, but you have to, you can't defend this.
Right, yeah.
So he was a confidence man.
Yeah, that's what say. Comments usually do have confidence.
He was a fascinating man. He also
Well, I'm bored, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We did talk a great deal. And he shared some of those that I cannot share with you or anyone.
You have a radio show that comes on at 1:15 in the morning.
He did say,
And it's all conspiracy theories.
he said, imagine the
1:15 to 1:45.
I will tell you that it's going to be much worse than
Oh, how chilling. Imagine the worst you can imagine. It's worse.
What looks we may in these tapes, we may touch on the evidence we now have that Satan is having his last stand. This is his Waterloo, but he's going to kill off, destroy much, scorch.
What?
Destroy as much as he can before he finally is shoved out of the abyss again, chained by Michael.
Man, people always think they exist in the time when that shit happens.
Malachi Martin started to believe his own lies. He was so convincing. Some people didn't exactly hate him. They felt sorry for him because he'd gone off the rail.
Who are you?
I guess the charisma.
How do you feel?
Because that's really what he.
Yeah, he conned all of you.
That was his message. His message was the truth. And everyone had to make that decision. Whom do you believe? This man told the truth. Whom do you believe?
In many ways, his life was a war. It's a war story, but it's a war against what Christ said is against the powers and the principalities not of this world. He dedicated himself 150% to that. He was just the most fascinating person I've ever met.
Yeah, dude.
People keep saying that.
Yeah, I want to know more about this dude because
I hate him.
Yeah, I really don't like him, but I'm like having a lot of trouble with the fact that like he was in the CIA, and now he's just what, a random guy whose only friend is this fake priest that does exorcisms.
He knew that he would rise again on the third day and ascend gloriously to heaven and reign forever. He knew, and we know, that in between us and that successful outcome of our present quandary and misery is going to be extremely painful. We know that from history. We know that from scripture. We know it from Fatima. The worst is yet to come before it turns around. So we're commenting on a very dire situation into which we have been plunged, not by God, but by the mistakes of men, the mistakes of popes, the mistakes of bishops, the mistakes of priests, the mistakes of nuns, and the mistakes of lay people.
It's all our fault.
Share with it.
We suck. We're the worst.
Joy is that he punishes the whole race
All of us.
for the sins of few.
Okay. Oh no. Time's up.
There's one more thing about Lucifer, which we should remember. This.
Tell me.
We have no protection against of ourselves. No one can imagine on this earth.
Oh no.
I'll fight Lucifer right now.
Satan. Stomp, stomp, stomp on Lucifer, Satan.
That's right.
Man, what was that documentary?
I don't know, man. It wasn't what it said it was.
Yeah, I'm sorry I picked that one.
No, I mean, it was interesting, but
Yeah.
he wasn't as scandalous as I thought he was going to be. And
Yeah.
then overall, it just seemed like he was good at exorcisms. But I think I think the people that are around him are so religious that just like anything, they're like, he was just a bad, bad man. But I just don't think they've met a lot of bad people.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And them two young dudes that used to be cops or whatever.
Those guys are psychos.
My friends, this is the business segment.
You're holding it?
What is it?
In such musings, he has been with us always.
What? Jesus Christ, Ralph.
Shut up, Ralph. Get my coffee.
Go start the car, Ralph. Oh man, that was so much.
Was that?
I really struggled with that one, man. That was really hard for me. Just made me so upset. It just, I don't know, like, I feel like just people don't understand how like pseudoscience and stuff works with your brain. Like your brain is very susceptible to certain things, and that's like a perfect example of people's brains being susceptible to like nonsense, essentially. So it's just,
man, whatever. That little 3-year-old had a whore kiss.
Oh yeah, she did a horse kiss. I forgot
Yeah.
about the 3-year-old.
Okay,
Jesus,
and
man.
it scarred that one man for life.
Just
that former CIA agent.
That kiss
never
cursed.
seen such a terrifying thing as a kid that didn't smile a lot and blew kisses.
That kiss cursed his 70-something-year-old fake priest friend into tripping and falling over a stool, breaking his legs,
She
which
killed him.
sent him into a coma.
And then she spoke gibberish.
Yeah, she just made up some words.
Yeah.
And the dude who doesn't know Latin was like, how did you learn Latin? Oh, dude, that was... God damn it. God damn it. All right. Well, that's the word, baby bird.
It's the word of Christ, baby bird.
It's the word and Lord of Christ. Blessed be him. And upon him we do pray. All right, Chase.
Amen.
Signing off.
Amen.
Thank you. Subscribe, like. Keep an eye out for the next one.